The boys needed to respond in emphatic fashion, and the first quarter, well, that set the tone for a much-needed victory in Carlton Draft Derby number 45, and the club now sits in 6th position at 4-2 with a tough test against the Power at Adelaide Oval this weekend. Thanks for joining us. Eagle Review, Ben Roberts, the Man Mountain. The intent was there in the first term. The result almost put away by half-time, you'd say, but the senior coach believing that we lowered our colours in the second half, I guess in comparison to our first.
Yeah, maybe he took the foot off the pedal, but didn't... You know, they talk about intent and consistency and maintaining that consistency of intent for the full 4 quarters. Well, perhaps it was just pulled back a little bit in that second half. Maybe that's what he wasn't overly happy with. But geez, that first quarter was unbelievable. Less inside 50s and we kicked more goals. Did you know that? 7 goals to 1. We had less inside 50s in the first quarter. Hit-outs for the night. You know what I did like? Won the clearances. Beaten in the hit-outs 54-25, but won the clearances 39-35. And the contested possession was 148-127, so a convincing win. And you know what I liked in the first quarter? Kick to handball ratio, 1.79 kicks per handball. We've been running at about 1.2, nearly 1 for 1. So they went a lot more direct, used their foot skills, which were pristine, and they hit JK, he kicked goals. Love it to watch.
Great stuff there, Benny. I enjoyed the contested ball scenario going from -20 against the Hawks to +20 against the Dockers, who are really priding themselves in that area as well.
Big turn.
The Ross Glendinning medal voters, well, they just threw a blanket over the three of them. No one else got any votes, so that goes Jeremy McGovern, Elliot Yeo, and the eventual winner, Josh Kennedy. All sensational games. You happy with the eventual winner?
Yeah, well, you've got to be. I mean, you make a case for one, you can equally make a case for the other two. I actually thought going out there that McGovern was going to win, but that's just me. Nothing against Josh. I thought Josh was fantastic. Finished off well. Pressure was good. All three of them very, very good.
And Elliot Yeo, wow, just controlling the game.
Hasn't he been consistent this year? And he's been so good across half back and even through the middle. It was really good to watch him on Fife, and I think he would have learnt a lot. And he actually probably shaded him on the night, dare I say. So great effort from Elliot.
I thought JK probably could have shared the medal with Gov on the night. I mean, Gov was sharing his marks with Fife throughout the evening. Could have got a little bit back. Kurt Mutimer debuting in a derby. First time since Adam Carter back in 2013. You know, the stats aren't going to jump off the page, but just great to get that experience on the biggest of stages locally.
Yeah, been playing through the midfield predominantly at East Perth and getting a lot of the football being quite damaging, and then played predominantly a forward role at the weekend. So a little bit of a different little change-up, but straight away was into it. First touch, geez, he looked good, and then he just threw the handball out and missed Gaffey, but Gaffey didn't read the play there. But he looked, comfortable at the level. A couple of tackles, pressure was good. Good start.
I thought it was lucky he wasn't crunched in the opening 20 seconds of the game. If he'd have gone back for this ball, JK would have ploughed through him.
I bet you he's going back going, I don't know what the rules are here. Do I have to not get in Josh Kennedy's way? I better just not do it.
Jeez, everyone that's put him on first goalkeeper, probably 50-1. They were excited for a split second. Josh Hill and Mark LeCras, they were kicking freakish goals throughout this game. They could have all been nominated for goal of the week, just Lecker in the end, but geez, when your forwards can pull this out, they can really have dirty days. If they can do this, this is the reason they keep their spot, along with their forward pressure.
Yeah, forward pressure. And the thing is, they must have had a little meeting beforehand and said, let's have a competition to see who can kick and earn the Goal of the Week nomination for the Goal of the Year. And Lecker took the honours on this occasion. Even though he had one that was going to win, he's reached for too much going for this last one.
Greed.
And luckily, it's a little man from Sheridan. He came off and, again, off the ground. Just couldn't do anything conventional on the weekend, but they were pulling him off.
Third leading goal kicker in Eagles history now, Mark LeCras. Fair effort.
Phil Matera in the rear vision mirror now.
See you, mate.
See you, Fido.
And unfortunately, we have to touch on the news of Nathan Vardy suffering that hyperextended elbow early in the game. Played on, brave stuff, and he may miss some time. Ben Roberts, what are the options now?
Yeah, so he's had a fair run of injuries in a bad way over the journey, Nathan Vardy, and started so strongly this year with his body and his form. So he's had the scans. We'll find out more after the meeting tomorrow, the medical meeting. We'll release that information to you all tomorrow. So fingers crossed it's better, not worse.
But when Jonathan Giles ends up orchestrating 3 goals from stoppages in the forward 50 against Aaron Sandilands, what do you really have to worry about?
Why would you need to change?
Exactly. Roast of the round. There are tons. Let me get all the way through them. Let's start off here. Couldn't this have been a different game if Elliot Yeo was given holding the ball in the opening couple of minutes? Freo slot the first. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what would happen there? But I tell you what, Elliot Yeo had enough problems on the night. Nathan Fife just swinging elbows UFC styles.
Yeah, he knows he's lost teeth on the ground before. He's thrown his teeth in the way of elbows again. Just a fine.
Yeah.
I would have thought maybe the book could have been
Oh,
thrown.
of course you would have.
Form, anyway, we'll
Yep.
leave it there. Langdon, modern football, you've got to have an opposite foot. Of
course you do.
I know you had an opposite foot. Langdon, no opposite foot, and paid the price here.
Not at all. Jonathan Giles hitting the deck here. I think you've got to stand up, Joffa, because Joshy Kennedy, he's going to kick 7 on the night if you let him have this one, but you've gone down and you said, I'm going to take the kick.
You've got to kick it. If you take it off a forward, you've got to kick it. You have missed that by a mile. Hello, Joff. Hilly, he's pretty quick. Not quick enough on this occasion. He stuff up the bounce?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, cost
Big
him.
time.
Cost him.
Hats off to Jack Redden, played his 150th game on the weekend.
Well done,
Probably
Redden.
don't want it remembered in this fashion, though. Out on the full here. And especially when you got blokes hitting it on opposite foot. We've got to give credit to these boys. Dommy Sheed on the right boot, Sam Butler on the left, Luke Shuey just couldn't do the same on this occasion. But we can't get in the boots too much because I think he hit Josh Kennedy with about 2 lace-out left foot passes.
He's pretty good in that area, must
Correct.
be said. Speaking of kicking, what on earth is Andrew Gaff doing here? He's not kicking back to anyone. He's kicking it in the complete wrong direction. Is that a mare? Is that an oversight?
Do you think he just wanted to get rid of it ASAP and he didn't care which direction it went in?
It was very, very interesting. But also, what about Sharad? This one,
Good assist.
a great assist. I watched it a couple of times thinking, I wonder what he was actually trying to do here.
It looked good if
was
you're
trying
a
to
Dockers supporter.
Send it all the way to the boundary and didn't quite connect as he would have liked.
Yeah, sent it to 6 points for the Oppo. Let's go round the grounds now. Tommy Boyd, great player for the Bulldogs. Don't know what he's on, Benny, but I reckon you'd want to get better contact than that with 2 minutes left in the game when
Yeah.
it's on the line.
How about, and the general pattern, just knocking it back, similar distance on a bit of an angle, that's how you connect.
Correct.
And when you're on the big money, 7 figures, you want to connect better than that.
I agree.
As a minimum. Now, this clearing kick, McNeese, is that how you say it, McNeese?
Yeah, why not?
Yep, that's a shocker.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
Genuine shocker.
A few goal line contenders this week. We've got Nathan Wilson putting his body on the line. That's hard stuff. And Stevie Johnson attempted to do the same. He's just gone in for a touchdown instead, though.
Goal line. This is one of the most humorous things you'll see in a goal line. There's been a lot over the journey, but this one's great. Mason Cox just having a stinker. But then the chest pass as he's being tackled was really humorous.
Someone stitched him up with the rule book, I would have thought.
Yeah,
And
very
the winner,
humorous.
though, and it's no doubt, everyone's seen it, but let's just give him a clip. Joshy Bruce.
Worst kick ever.